Sunday, November 10th, and I'm here with Michael. And we are in the car. It's 5, wait.
No, 4.
It's 4. It's 4:45 on Sunday morning. And just the fact that we are awake and moving and not heading to a track day is a miracle. But I convinced this man to go search for Este's quest today. So we have like 3 hours, currently saying 3 hours and 13 minutes. It's going to put us in our search location right before 8 o'clock. Hopefully we don't have to make too many stops and we can kind of keep that timeline. We'll see. Mike drives slow, but I'm not complaining because he's the one driving, so, right?
Right.
Keep you updated. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Odious Soul. My name is Shannon, and today I want to talk to you guys about Este's quest. What is Este's quest? Well, it's over now, so you can't go look for it, but it was a treasure hunt, a 30-day treasure hunt by a new treasure hunter. His name is Esteban Lemon, and he started in this whole crazy treasure hunting world by participating in Skydrop. He heard it, he saw it on the media and all that hoopla that it was about it. It was like, I think I want to do something like this too. So he created his own treasure hunt. So I wasn't gonna get involved because it sounded like he was new to the community, new thing. And I kind of saw that the radius because his hunt was developed to where it was going to be found in 30 days guaranteed. If nobody found it by the last day, he was going to put out actual GPS coordinates for somebody to go and retrieve. It was a little yellow on the bottom, clear on top, with a little froggy and a 1 ounce gold coin in there. He hid that somewhere. And if nobody found it by the last day, he was going to put GPS coordinates for somebody to go finally retrieve it. He was very influenced by Skydrop, as you could tell from the way he created this hunt, but he did a whole lot of other things too. So let's kind of talk about how I got into it. I saw the radius. Somebody had posted it on the Discord for Calazar and K-Pro and their grand adventures. And I was like, oh, this looks like it could be in my neck of the woods. $10. Yeah, let me go ahead and do that. So first things first, he was posting videos for free on his YouTube channel every single day. And every other day, it would have an extra clue in it. So day 1, he puts out GPS coordinates, 300-mile radius circle, and then he goes over like this fun little thing, like you meet this guy named JJ, stands for John. He does jujitsu. He's not a swimmer, like all kinds, like a little skit, basically, like just a bunch of actors. But it was him and a friend. You also, I think you meet the dog in the next video or in the third video. But still, so you could do all these YouTube videos for free. You could get the radius, the circles, the GPS coordinates for free. But unless it made it to the last day, you were definitely not finding this little treasure just from that alone. So you could pay $10 for access to his Discord channel. And in the Discord channel, you would get an extra daily photo clue. Now, of course, the first week, not much is revealed. You're seeing the case in leaves, you're seeing a little tiny bent stick twig tree thing that it's sitting under. So you're seeing all the stuff that's close to the vicinity, not giving too much away. Eventually, the pictures get good. But in the meanwhile, we have all these videos that are supposed to contain clues that we're supposed to figure out. Second video, actual acting kind of skit clue, which was the third actual day video. You see refrigerator magnets for the first time, like the ABC ones, like the ones you played with in the fridge as a kid. I know I played with them. I know my kids played with them. So you start seeing those. So there's something up with them. There's also videos with playing cards. Let me tell you, I've done a couple hunts. I've won a hunt. Okay. I could not figure out how to solve the magnets or the cards. I did find something kind of cool with the cards, though. The very first set of cards did cipher to, with a Caesar cipher shift, did cipher to hi JJIG. So I thought, well, then maybe that means I need to go say hi to JJ on Instagram. But the same method did not work with the rest of the cards. So I knew I was going to have to backdoor this hunt one way or another because the magnets and the cards were not working for me. So I tried everything I could. I was pulling as much as I could from these videos. It was sending me all over the place. And then one day he posted a picture that had a sign in it. It wasn't clear. It wasn't big. It was way in the background, in the shadows. But I found where that sign was within 30 minutes and I was super excited. I was going to go boots on the ground. So glad I didn't. I actually had just gotten home from Florida and I wasn't feeling the best. By Thursday morning that week, I got really sick. I actually had to take like the afternoon off of work and just sleep all day the rest of the day. Here's where everything got a little tricky. So when I saw that picture, I was pretty sure, and I mean, I had already had my assumptions, but I was pretty sure after finding out where that picture was, this man took this little case and just walked straight into the woods with it and left it someplace. Yep. I was pretty confident that that is what he did. And the last thing you want to do when you're not feeling well is just go get lost in the woods. And then somebody posted a bear pic because, of course, in Discord, there was a general channel that all of us searchers, everybody participating in the hunt, could chat with each other. Somebody posted a bear pic. And I was like, you know what? With me not feeling the best, and it's the time of year where bears are hungry because they're getting ready to hibernate, I probably shouldn't go out into the woods alone. No. So I thought to myself, okay, well, listen, like if nobody finds this thing by Saturday evening, by the time it gets dark on Saturday, because now the time changes happen. Now it gets dark at like 5:15 every day. If nobody finds it by Saturday, if nobody announces it by Saturday at 6 p.m., I was like, Mike, my man, I was like, will you please wake up at like 3:30 in the morning with me and go hunting for treasure? And you know what? He said, okay. So that's what we did. Nobody found it and we decided to go. So here was one of the downsides of my hunt though, of actually putting boots on the ground. So the picture of the sign that I figured out where it was on a corner with woods in the background. Like there was nothing else for quite a while, just woods. I had in my head just to walk straight in there. And then at some point in there, I would find it. If I would have done that, I would have found the treasure. But no. That Saturday, he posted a picture of another sign that was right next, like across diagonal to the other sign, and said that he had parked about 5 minutes from there or 5 minutes after the sign. However, he said it. In our heads, it meant he drove past the sign for 5 minutes and then parked. Well, that means he probably didn't walk into the woods there. And he didn't. But he went like 30 seconds past the sign, parked, and went into the woods. And this is why, if you're building a treasure hunt, never, ever, ever use time to tell people directions. So when Mike and I got there, we drove past the sign for 30 minutes and we had no, not 30 minutes, 5 minutes, but we had no idea how fast this man drove or what kind of vehicle he was in. So we were in a Subaru 4x4. We knew it was a dirt stone road. Like we already knew that because of the pictures. So we went conservative and we got down. There's like a big sharp turn, and then you can actually turn off there. It's another Forest Service road with a parking area down there. We could get to that turn conservatively in 4.5 minutes. So it opened up our search area immensely because, okay, well, what if you drove a little bit slower? What if you drove a little bit faster? So we were looking at anywhere from between like 3.5 minutes to 7 minutes of our commute time is where he technically could have parked based on this 5 minute thing, but not the 30, 40 seconds from the sign. Like yeah. So we searched a lot. We did 4 or 5 real boots on the ground, like actual different locations. Every one was at least an hour because based on some of the other clues, we assumed that it could take up to 30 minutes of walking into the woods before we would see the first landmark that he showed in a picture. So everything was a guaranteed at least 1 hour round trip. Oh, we were exhausted. But I needed it. I needed a day in the woods. I really needed the exercise. Especially after not feeling good the week before, I was just like, yes, get me into nature, get me fresh air. Let's go. Let's do this. We didn't run into any bears. We didn't see any snakes. We did see a squirrel and a blue heron. That's about it. But but yeah, so we decided, at the end of the day, like, okay, well, we didn't find it. Like, he did announce during that day, which was Sunday, that he was going to post a picture where he parked Monday morning or like 4 o'clock in the morning at midnight. He would post everything really, really early. And Mike's like, well, I have off work tomorrow. And I'm like, but I don't have off work tomorrow. And there is no cell service up here. There was. I actually named it. It's called Cell Phone Lot 1. It's up at Miller Ridge Trailhead. um, I should say there's a lot of spoilers in this video if you want to figure out on your own based on the clues and don't actually, if you, not that you can win anything, but just in case you wanted to kind of play with it, there are tons of spoilers. Whoops. But so we headed home. We headed home. We stopped at a place called Iron Grill in Talco Plains, and we had the most amazing food there. I mean, seriously, we were expecting, it looked like a local favorite kind of place. It looked like it could, from the outside, it looked like it was nice and had potential. And then you got in there and it was full of a bunch of locals, and you're like, this place does not look like the highest caliber. But amazingly, the food was freaking phenomenal. Oh my gosh, there were these like cheese ball things that were coated in a pretzel crust, and then they had this honey sriracha sauce. Oh my God. And then I had a cheesecake and then like their fries. Oh my God, like the best fries I've ever had in my entire life. Now, was it because I had hiked over 10, 10 to 12 miles and my watch had thought I had climbed 42 flights of stairs, and the only thing I had eaten all day was a Cliff Bar, a granola bar, and then a packet of fruit snacks? I mean, possibly. Or they could have just been the very best French fries I've ever had. I don't know, but the food was incredibly good. So the next day, the picture gets posted. A couple of people up there, Fuzzy, we met him. Him and his daughter were searching for it. T Money was up there. He had done his first one was Skydrop, and then he did another one, some skull thing in West Virginia. I think it was a skull thing. I don't even know, but he did that one and then came immediately from finding that one, came immediately down to do this one. And so, I mean, there, and then flying high, like we ran into a bunch of searchers while we were up there, and some of them had put serious boots on the ground already. So when they heard about the picture of the parking lot or the parking spot, I think they all decided to stay, or most of them did. So we were rooting for them, go get it. So I don't have to come back out here. And I pretty much told Mike if nobody finds it by the end of day Tuesday, I was gonna go Wednesday. But fortunately, somebody found it by the end of day Monday, and it ended up being Fuzzy and his daughter. And we couldn't be more happy. They worked hard for that. From their stories, like I went and I saw some of the places that they had searched, and I had heard about how they had searched those places after I was there. And I was looking at things and being like, oh, hell no, I'm not climbing that. Well, they climbed it. They were like hand over like sliding. Oh my gosh, like no. They probably have so many memories. I mean, it's just going to be awesome. So, one of the cool things about this, you've got the case, you got the coin, you got the little frog in there. Esteban goes by Froggy on Discord, so that was kind of cool. But he also had a bounty. So every time somebody paid $10 in, half of that amount of money went to the bounty. So it was like 365, something like that at the end. Might have been a little bit more. But Fuzzy and his daughter decided to gift that bounty back to go towards to fund the next treasure hunt, because Esteban has announced that he will be doing another treasure hunt, and this next time it'll be in the Mojave Desert. So hopefully he does listen to us and does not do times, because I would really hate to see somebody die in the desert. Funny, not funny. But anyway, so I think he's learned a lot. We gave him so much feedback, especially after we found out where it was. Especially those of us who were boots on the ground, and saw some inaccuracies or the questionable timeline, we'll put it that way. So we'll see how the next one goes. The puzzles were a whole lot harder than they should have been for a 30-day hunt worth like $2,000 to $3,000. So hopefully he learned from that. He was building ciphers that that would make the Zodiac killer proud, okay? Um yeah, yeah. Like, and I think that's one of the things when it goes into building a treasure hunt, you have to think, what is your long-term goal? Like, how long do you expect this hunt to last? How long do you want it to last? Do you want it to be out there until somebody finally finds it? Is there a time limit? Do you want it found in like today? Do you want it found in your lifetime? You have to build the puzzles accordingly. And his puzzles were incredibly difficult, especially for a first-time treasure hunter. And maybe because of doing Skydrop, but he thought they had to be hard, so they weren't figured out quickly. But saying that though, like Skydrop was $60,000, it was a lot. Like it was a big, big prize that you could get for that one. So hopefully he's learned a lot. I'm excited that he is going to do another one. What I loved most about him and his videos is he smiles constantly. Like he is just like this beam of positivity and just radiates this light. I kind of feel bad for the guy, honestly, because we were like, bro, like what? I think I might have put when he said like I think I might have put something like, were you driving 2 miles an hour? Like what? Like rated ship the paint on your car? Like what do you mean? Oh my goodness. But yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. He's new to this world. We are all a little crazy. I mean, to be treasure hunters, you have to be a little off, right? Like that's part of the ordeal. I mean, you got to think about it. Where did treasure hunting even come from? Think about the roots. Okay, we have to be a little cuckoo just to, get by. So I think he's figured that out by now. And of course, you can't make everybody happy with every hunt. Um, but this one was definitely had the potential to be harder. If it wasn't for the photos, um, it would have gone all 30 days, definitely. Nobody was getting it off the YouTube videos and just the clues alone. So anyway, it was fun. I'm glad I did it. Coming off of the invitation, which I obsessed about for far too many months, where I got stuck on too many puzzles, actually just two. There were just two puzzles that I got stuck on. And hitting a wall there. It was nice to be a part of a hunt that was guaranteed to be done in 30 days and that was guaranteed to tell me the answers. So all that was good. Froggy, if you're watching this, thank you so much for a good time. Sorry we were like so hard on you at the end, but it's only so you understand that we really want the next one to be successful and to be amazing, and we want you to keep doing these. So, take our feedback, take it in, don't let it eat at you. We know you're a newbie. And I can't wait to see what you do with the next hunt. So one of the things he is doing is everybody who participated in this first one is automatically grandfathered into the second one. Now, being in the Mojave Desert, me not being a fan of California, I will be following along, maybe trying to figure it out. And maybe I'll get somebody else. I know people in California. Maybe I'll get somebody to go look for it. Thank you guys for watching. I implore you to take a look at Esteban's next quest whenever he releases that. I believe he said sometime in winter. So I don't know when. But keep your eyes out and ears out for his next thing. You can find him all over social media. His name is Esteban Lemon. Este's Quest on YouTube, on Instagram. I think I even friended him on Facebook. So go find him, go track him down, and then be ready for the next one to launch. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Take care and have a good one.
This looks like, or reminds me of when Jeremy, James, and Rich are trying to find the true source of the river. Now only one person can find it, so now we're all just like scattering about, trying to be the first ones there.
Aww, I miss the trio, and I mean they're still there. What is that?
A big ass bird.
That is a big ass bird. Whoa, is that like a bluegill? It is. Just watch it. All right, creep on it, but not like don't try to run it. Oh, there it goes. Oh, I mean a blue herring, not a bluegill. Bluegill's a fish. are you feeling right now?
Defeated and sore.
Oh yeah? How many steps have you walked today?
30,608.
Does this tell you how many miles?
No.
Okay.
If I hook this back on,
So it's 5 o'clock. We've done 4 long hikes, 1 short one. Do you think anybody will find this before exact coordinates are dropped?
not unless it gives an actual legitimate clue. Because we've probably done the least out of the people we've talked to up here.
Yes, yeah, that's very true. People have been here for days. Somebody says they've got, what, 45 miles on the ground?
At least.
Yeah, it's insane. Well, we still have like half a mile to get back to the car. No magic tree.